1817 for the Chambers Hair Institute.
Accent on Central Florida. An exclusive service of Real Radio 104. Real Radio 104.1. Jim Phillips. Walking the walk, talking the talk.
That's the responsibility of the media. They are the only ones standing in between us and them. They are the only ones standing in between us who have very little power and those in power. I don't give a flying goddamn about how to get rid of fleas.
The Phillips File, weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1. Real Radio 104.1.
We're back with Islamic fundamentalist Ali Muhammad Khalil Stern.
That's my Friday fun voice. I'm trying to create fun. I got to blow my nose. I sound kind of stuffy this morning, don't I, Robin? Do you detect any schnot sounding in my voice?
Yeah, there's a little blockage.
Yeah, right. Stop it, Fred. Maybe it's just nerves. I'm nervous.
Nothing came out?
That's the other nostril. That's the left nostril. I knew that was going to be easy. It's my right one that's...
It's clogged.
Isn't that a great noise? You hear like the chunks hitting the toilet paper?
I was hoping that was my imagination.
No, that was the chunks. Isn't that gross?
I can't even blow my nose.
How come, Robin?
I don't like it.
Yeah, but what are you doing? It's all stuffed up. You just pick?
I don't.
You just dig? Sometimes I don't have a tissue. I'm in the car with my kid. Like I take my kid places like Sunday morning.
Uh-huh.
And then it's like I don't have a tissue, and I start to excavate, and it's really I should be blowing my nose.
Yeah.
And then like my fingers are dripping, and you know, I mean, it's just like and then I'm halfway into it, and I should never have started.
And you don't have a tissue.
Yeah.
It's a good thing there's cloth under the seat.
Yeah. And I'm blowing, and I'm wiping it on my pants, and I'm wiping it on the seat.
No, I try to take care of those things during morning and evening grooming.
And I'm trying to pick. I'm trying to pick in front of the kid without the kid seeing.
Oh, how do you do that?
I don't know.
Put your hand over her eyes?
But I got something coming out right now. Here's a chunk. It looks like Portugal. You ever see Portugal, Robin, on the map? Exactly in the same shape.
Long and thick. That's Italy.
Yeah, he's thinking of the boot.
No, here's one that's shaped like a boot. You don't blow your nose, so how do you get everything out?
I told you I take care, like I don't blow. I just, that just bothers me.
So what do? Like you just put the tissue up there, you stick it up and you pick it all out?
Right.
Blots it out.
You're like a
You blot it out, like you excavate.
It can't work every time.
What?
It can't work every
Hey,
time.
Robin says it works. What do you think? She's a liar? What are you calling her, a liar?
I'm not calling her a liar.
Last night I'm watching Entertainment Tonight.
It really has to be bad for me to blow my nose.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, excuse me.
What?
I don't know. What? People screaming for me. What is this? Is this thing working? There's something I want to play it. I actually only hit the button. Some new Governor song.
Okay.
So I turned on Entertainment Tonight last night, and the first thing they have on is that Diane Parkinson, the woman who was on The Price is Right with Bob Barker for all those years, who comes in here all the time because she's naked in Playboy. She's suing Bob Barker for $8 million. She wants to sue him for $8 million.
Well, she just asked him to hand over $8 million or she's going to file sexual harassment charges.
And it did seem a little odd that, Bob was smart. He handled it right. He came right out on TV. He says, look, I had casual sexual intercourse, although I don't know how you call it, casual.
Occasional is what he said.
I thought he said casual.
On occasion.
Occasional? Okay.
Yeah. On occasion, we had sex.
I had occasional sexual intercourse, he said. I like to see a 70-year-old man talk about his sexual intercourse, especially Bob Barker.
And calling himself middle-aged, don't you think that's a little...
Yeah, that was pretty funny. He's 70 years old, and he goes, hey, it was two middle-aged adults. And I go, middle-aged? Please, Bob, you're in your golden years.
You're going to live to be 140?
Yeah. You are in your golden years, pal. Too middle-aged.
I thought I heard that wrong on the news.
Yeah, he said it's...
Too middle-aged at the... No, that's not what he said.
Wait a minute.
So anyway, it was kind of fun to hear Bob Barker from The Price is Right. Now, obviously, the price was not right. It was $8 million, but
And he's screaming.
I really thought the headline in the paper was going to be The Price was not right. And then it wasn't. None of the newspapers had that, but they all the morning newspapers now have the big story that Diane Parkinson, who's been on our show many times, and quite frankly, I was nervous because I actually grabbed Diana Parkinson's ass a month ago, and of course...
She hasn't filed against you?
Filed. I got 5 witnesses says she put my hand on there. But anyway, I like Diane because she likes me so much, but...
Well, I sort of got upset when I read that, she broke the story on Entertainment Tonight.
Yeah, I know. I thought that she would... So I called Gary immediately. I said, you get in touch with Diane Parkinson because she hasn't made a comment. I want to... I want to interview her about this.
Yeah.
But anyway, Bob Barker handled it properly. First of all, I thought he was a married man and she was trying to embarrass him, but it turns out Bob's wife died in 1981.
I was going to ask you about his marital status.
Yeah, no.
Because I did not know. I thought he was a married man.
And what I'd always heard, he was a very faithful married man. But anyway, his wife died in 1981. Bob claims Diane came up to him and said, you're too damn straight-faced. Why don't you loosen up and I'll be the one to loosen you up. And
This is your fantasy.
Yeah. Bob had my fantasy. His
I can't believe that.
He didn't have to get a divorce. His wife kicked. They had a beautiful marriage together.
He was faithful the whole time.
Faithful the whole time, just like me.
And then while he was grieving...
Diane came right up. And I expect Diane to do the same for me.
That's true of what would go on.
Yeah.
I doubt you. And then...
And then I prove it right.
Get a story like that.
So Bob ends up in bed with Diane Parkinson. His wife is dead. Hey, it's two adults.
All right, 2 middle-aged people.
Little did he know she'd wig out and file an $8 million lawsuit. Because it is a little rough, this one. She goes, they had sex for a year and a half, and 3 years later she's filing the lawsuit. That's a little rough to accept, but...
Well, she claims that she had to leave the show. See, their stories are a little bit different.
Yeah.
She claims she had to leave the show because she began refusing the sexual advances, and he made it contingent on her keeping her job.
Oh.
So she figures she was fine. The way she sees it, she was forced out of that job.
Well, we have to take her side because...
She comes on the show.
She comes on the show. If Bob wants to come on the show and defend himself, that's one thing.
Now, let me ask you something as a woman.
Boy, he is luckier than Pierce Brosnan.
But
Bob
let me
Barker,
ask you
right?
something as a woman.
Yeah.
Looking at Bob Barker, who let his hair go gray.
Yeah.
And, doesn't seem like a barrel of laughs.
Right.
Is he the kind of guy that women just want, middle-aged women just want to have sex with?
No. She had sex with him. He's a powerful man. After all, he wields all that Price is Right power.
Made him stop using fur.
The price was $8 million.
And Bob said, whoa.
Whoa. It was good, but it wasn't that good. Hell.
How do you figure she thinks he has $8 million? He got that kind of money?
Oh, I think so.
Money?
He owns a piece of The Price is Right.
Oh, he does?
Yeah, and he's been on it for like 30 years.
Yeah, he keeps that thing going.
And he really is the driving force behind Price is Right. At least he's got them thinking that. I don't think they want to change the formula, so, he makes pretty good money. I think, who knows?
$8 million, that's a big chunk.
Maybe his wife had some loot. I don't know. $8 million. I think that's negotiable, Well, she wasn't suing him only for $8 million, also Goods and Todson.
Yeah, okay.
So maybe Bob was good for $1 million.
She claims they were paying her hush money.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, hey, I want to talk to her. So, but Baba Booey couldn't get in touch with her because we don't have a home number on her.
All the time she's been in here?
Yeah, well, it's hard to get people to fork over their home numbers.
You'd think that he'd know how to make that move now.
He doesn't have any moves. Never has, never will. All I know is last time she was in here, she told me she wanted me. And I know she said it to me. I didn't say it to her.
Oh, no, I was there. I could vouch for you. I was there. I heard her say, oh, if you weren't married.
I heard her say, who even cares that you're married?
Well, I wasn't there when she was whispering in your ear. This is what I heard her say from afar.
And then when I went to kiss her, man, it was a pretty passionate kiss.
She did ask me in the hall if she had gone too far.
She did, and I'm not complaining. far as I'm concerned, she didn't go far enough.
Maybe you ought to sue her.
Yeah. Hey, why don't I sue Diane Parkinson for sexual harassment? I got 3 witnesses.
Oh, boy.
Hey, let me call Dominic, see if I can file a lawsuit today. I just want to say I was sexually abused by Diane Parkinson.
I don't know that
She
your
whipped me around.
witnesses would be that credible.
Well, you're credible. Come on. Maybe Fred and Jackie are.
Jackie and Fred will bend under the pressure and go, he looked like he was enjoying it.
Hey, I didn't like it. She opened her mouth and
That's it.
I was under duress.
You were under her dress.
Under her dress.
I was under her dress, her little mini skirt. She's a hot little number.
Man.
Yeah, you
She's-
can't blame Bob, can you,
No way.
for wanting her?
Hey.
It's a man. Middle-aged man.
Jackie, what does that mean? You're a youngster.
Jackie, you're a teenager.
Fetus.
Yeah. Bob Barker was on TV last night saying, well, you know, it was consensual sex between 2 middle-aged adults. Bob finally conceding that he's middle-aged. Up until 5 years ago, he was a teenager.
He was a young man.
A young man. A young talk show host just starting out. Let's go over to, we haven't taken a call from San Jose, San Francisco.
All right.
San Jose, San Francisco, you're on the air. Hi, you're on the air. Okay, thank you. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, hi, you're on the air.
Oh, very good. It's about time.
Yes.
Let's see. I resented a comment you made quite some time ago about not seeing any good-looking female doctors in your life.
Yeah, well, I never did get a good... Well, first of all, when I was a kid growing up, there were hardly any female doctors. That's number one. Number two, now that I'm older, most of my problems are urinary, so I'm not going to a female for penile work because
Why not?
because I don't want you to see my tiny weenie.
Oh, God.
His teeny weeny.
Hey, how did the Long Island Yenta get to San Jose anyway?
I'm a Staten Island yenta.
Oh, all right. I knew. I was
I'm a
close.
shikta, as a matter of fact.
But you're a Yenta. All right. Anyway, so you're a doctor?
Yeah, and I met Sterling John when he was in San Jose.
Yeah.
And they all thought I was a groupie or a hooker or something. They refused to believe I was a doctor.
Yeah, and you're real good looking?
Well, so they thought.
Yeah, why don't you get a picture of yourself to me? I'll see what I can do.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
I'll use you in some capacity.
Well, Mel Gibson's my first cousin, so, good looks run in the family.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'd certainly... I can't believe that was the remark that you resented.
Yeah, I was expecting something really harsh.
I thought we were going to go back to the retarded discussion from a couple of days ago. I get more mail on that.
Well, I'm not retarded.
Well, certainly I'm not. Except in the penis area. I might need you to examine Diane Parkinson for me. In case I have to have sex with her, I might just want to check out.
Oh, I don't
Are you a
think there's any
gynecologist?
problem.
Are you a gynecologist?
No, I'm head and neck, from the neck up.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I
Ears,
need that.
nose, and throat, and facial plastics.
Oh, yeah?
allergy.
You do nose jobs?
Yeah.
Boy, I need one, huh?
Well, I suggested that a long time ago, but
What do you charge for a nose job?
I don't deal with the financial thing, but I think it's about $3,000.
You must be a lousy 3,000.
She works at a clinic.
Why, is
What do you
that
do?
too
Why
much?
don't you just do them for free? Yeah, it's too much. Just do them for like $50. You get more volume.
Just work a little fast.
No, here in New York, they're usually about like 7 to 10
Is that right? I
Yeah.
didn't know what the nose is.
7 to 10 what?
with the top guys.
1,000.
The real artists. There's 2 guys that are considered the top nose artists.
I know who
I-
they are. They're all pals of mine.
What's his name?
Michael.
No.
Is that the first name?
No.
Oh, okay.
One guy is this guy Baker, who did Robin's breasts. Dr. Daniel
He is
Oh,
an
Baker.
he's a plastic surgeon.
He's an artist. I mean, he's the Michelangelo of breasts.
Yeah, but you only want to go to a nose doctor to do noses. You don't want
No, there's this
plastic
guy.
surgeons
There's
to do
this guy.
He's big on face.
Yeah, he's like the nose guy, the breast guy, and
I
then the
don't
other
believe
guy
it.
is this guy Cheryl Aston.
Oh, Cheryl.
Cheryl, but he's he's a regular guy.
He's a guy.
but they're
He's a
general
guy. His mother
plastic.
named him Cheryl.
So they make your nose look good, but it doesn't work good. That's the problem. They only do the outside, not the inside.
No, they do the whole thing. I'm telling you, these guys,
They're good. They're
these guys
good.
like get 7 to 10,000 for a nose
Because
job,
it's New York.
and you come out looking like you didn't get a nose job,
Yeah.
but that you just have a really nice nose.
Oh.
It's not because
I
it's
just
New
file
York.
a hump down during lunchtime or something.
All right, listen, I got to go. I really didn't want to discuss. I went to both these guys, and I'll tell you something. It was the most bizarre experience that I'd ever had.
Why?
Because I really was in a quandary. I really do want a nose job. I'd like to be better looking, but I said to myself, why am I trying to be better looking since I'm so guilt-ridden I can't have sex? If I was a single guy, then I should go have a nose job so I'll at least look somewhat attractive. My wife...
you don't need that to get women.
You're right, exactly. And that was the whole thing. And then I said...
And you don't want your voice to change.
It
that's
does,
why
right?
Barbara never had hers done.
But your voice does change, right?
Yeah, it does.
It does, because look at
resonance.
Sting. Sting went and got a nose job. Why? I don't know for the life of me. Sting got a nose job. The guy was handsome to beat all. In fact, I think his nose looks worse.
I don't even remember his other nose.
I've seen it. I see it in the old videos. Every once in a while on MTV, they play him.
I didn't notice a problem.
No, the guy he had a really nice nose, and he sang great. Then he went and got this nose job where it made it very pointy. I don't even think his nose looks as good now. And he's having vocal problems. He's had vocal problems ever since. And I don't think he attributes it to the nose job, but that's exactly what it is. He's starting to get that hoarse quality.
How come Michael Jackson never had that?
Because he talks like this. He talks like this. I don't know. I can't answer that one.
God.
Maybe because black guys have wider nasal passages. And even if you narrow them down, at least they have something to work with.
You mean that big nose is still inside that little nose?
Yeah. Dying to get out.
God.
I don't know why he got a nose job, but some people it doesn't affect. Like Jessica Hahn, never affected her voice.
But
just her speaking voice. Sometimes you hear it in people's speaking voices.
Yeah.
That's why. I mean, I wasn't worried about my singing voice.
You were?
No, I said, I got to go, doctor, okay? You're just really annoying me.
Oh, get out.
You can tell, right, Robin?
So is Stuttering John there?
All right. I just hung up on her. I couldn't take her.
It amazes me who can get into medical school.
Yeah. Yeah, I roomed with 6 medical students when I was in college, and it was pretty strange. Anyway, I didn't mean to hang up on her. I was really trying to work with her, but she just kept saying inane things and giggling. And the only one I'm allowed to do that is Fred. So, anyway, so I went to the nose job guys, and the first thing they do, before they'll even see you, they take pictures of you, and they pull your hair back, and they take these weird black and white pictures of you under a weird light, and it makes your nose look even worse. And when you see them, they do it in profile, and you can't believe how ugly.
The photographer is focusing on your nose.
Yeah, wow, and you can't believe how ugly you look. And I went in to see Baker, and Baker looked at me and said, "Look, you're 30. At the time I was, 37 years old."
Yeah.
Guy goes, "You're 37 years old. This is how you made your career. I mean, looking like this, you certainly have been successful." He says, "So why do you want to do this?" Because your nose isn't that bad. I said, "Doctor, take a look at the picture. Don't tell me my nose. You have a nice nose. The world has. I would like a nicer nose." See, they test you to see how motivated you are.
Yes.
Right? I'm sure they did that to you with your breasts. And I just said, I just said, I don't like the way my nose looks. What would you do to it? So he started drawing on the picture, just sort of penciling. And God, I would have looked gorgeous.
I know. You came in and you were like, "What do you think? What do you think?"
Oh, my God. And it wasn't like he doesn't believe in using those computers. He says that's all jive. He just sketched on the picture. Because the guy's an artist. He sketched on the picture what my new nose was going to look like. Did I ever show this to you?
You brought didn't we?
I was,
we
all looked at them.
Yeah, we showed him on the TV show.
He kind of just erased it, kind of. A line,
he just penciled it in so you couldn't see. And I went, whoa. And I showed it to everyone. I showed it to my sister. And she goes, "God, you're gorgeous that way." I was like, yeah.
After I saw those pictures, I thought you were going to go for it.
Yeah. But you see, I just said, well, what if my voice starts giving me problems? I got to wake up every morning and use my voice. It wouldn't be fair to you guys.
What a guy.
Thank you for thinking of it.
Oh, that's wrong? No. When you had the massacre on your chest, don't you think I was nervous that I'd lose you?
Massacre.
So you never thought of me when you went and did that?
Well, I thought you were. We were supposed to go into the hospital at the same time.
Yeah, we were
That's
talking about
why I
it.
did it.
I wasn't doing that. Robin came out of anesthesia. She was like running up and down the halls like a wild woman. So he basically said to me he would do it. He saw that there would be an improvement. He says you can't expect you're not going to look like a completely different guy.
Right, he's not going to give you a nose that doesn't fit your face. He's not going to make it one of these perfect noses.
Yeah, he told me it wouldn't change my voice, but I don't buy that. That's just something and knowing me, it would change my voice.
Every time your voice changed, it would be due to your nose.
Yeah, and I'd be obsessing on it. Anyway, I would psychologically would make my voice change. I'd be like this every day on the air.
I know he'd wake up from surgery and go, I can't talk.
Yeah, it would have happened immediately. It's over. The whole career is over, but I look great.
And then he'd scream, so he'd never have a voice.
Right. So anyway, and then I went to see the other guy, Cheryl Aston. And he basically told me, he says, you could use a nose job. He just said, yeah, you could use one. And he said he would do it too. And he didn't do the sketch thing with me, but I knew he was competent.
Yeah.
I knew he was an artist because I'd seen all his other noses. I met people in the waiting room that all had it done. And then I chickened out. I just said, if I didn't talk for a living, I'd do it, but I'd just continue to be ugly. And you know what? Certain light, and in certain, like if I turn my head certain ways, camera can flatter me. I just got to find those ways.
You'll just have to be like Julio Iglesias and
right.
demand that you're only photographed from one side.
Yeah, John went to try to interview Julio Iglesias, and the publicist the whole time is screaming at the press, "You will only photograph Mr. Iglesias from the left side." And I was like, dude, you're kidding. You're not embarrassed saying that? Unbelievable.
What's on the right?
Yeah, like how bad could it be? Guys, I've seen them on TV. They get them from both sides. Oh, it's just too funny. People get carried away. And I realized I was getting carried away, and I just said, you know what? I'm just not going to deal with this right now. Since they can't deal with it, I'm just not going to deal with it. And then I backed down. I'll just get a tattoo.
On your nose. Tattoo those lines on your nose. There you go.
Yesterday was a fun day when I got home.
What happened?
I don't want to talk about it.
Oh, dear. Oh, was it bad?
Yeah, my wife was yelling at me.
About what you said?
Fight. Yeah. She said that I shouldn't have talked about her, that she had a party. And she all I know is I walk into my house, and right away, my mother-in-law started yelling at me that I don't say nice things about her. Then
she wasn't yelling.
She wasn't yelling, but I knew that she was like freaked out because my brother-in-law had, was running around the house. He's talking about us. He's talking. And I was like, oh, man, dude. And then I walk upstairs and I say, hey, honey. And I say hi to my wife. And like, I didn't get an answer kind of thing. So I saw already I was getting the silent treatment. Like just getting a very rigid kind of look. And I just said, wow, this is like being back in my mom's house when my mom used to be pissed at me. This is what this is like. I went to work, I did my job, and I talked about my wife, because my wife's a part of my life. And I talked about my in-laws, but hey, that's part of the show. And you know what? I think everyone's aware that no one wants to sit here about, oh, I love my in-laws and I love my wife. And everyone wants
to a great time at all.
Yeah. I mean, there's a certain comedic license that I take, and I think most people are aware of it.
Yeah.
I think most people know that I'm a family man and love my wife and stuff. So, I don't know. It was like, and in the old days, I used to be able to talk about my wife all the time. She didn't really care that much. And then, I don't know. Ever since Nancy Sirianni Martling got a hold of her. Yeah.
Jesus.
Ruined it for me. Went out to dinner and she started working on my wife. So I walk in, I'm starting to get the cold treatment.
Yeah.
Like I'm getting like the chill. And I just said, I can't believe this. I can't believe... And Jackie just slipped me a picture of his wife's breast.
What? Oh, just to calm you down. Never say you won't say bad things about
But look at those beauties. Thank you. Look at that.
He's amazing. Well, now show him one of yours.
You owe me now.
I do. Wow, look at the breast on her.
Goodness. Now that's wrong. When you're looking at somebody you really know.
Hey, let me see it again, man. Hey, Fred, I didn't want to give it up.
I thought it was going back to the.
There's a plug.
All right. Jackie's wife will be at the exquisite dimensions
Phoebe's breast.
of Lydia and Hawk Talk at the. Where is this, Jackie?
It's in on Melrose Avenue in Los Angeles.
Yeah, she's in a play out in California.
Tonight and tomorrow night.
Well, your wife does have some chest. Look how skinny
For a
with the
little
big.
girl.
Yeah.
Everybody's been saying nicer than I thought. You know, she has no problem with people seeing that.
And nice and firm.
Perfect.
No wonder you put up with so much misery.
Hey, behave yourself. All right. You don't have to
Look at that. See? And it started to bother
I just
him.
realized I
He's
stopped.
staring at his wife.
I stopped talking. And you don't have to memorize
First
it.
time in 10 years you shut up.
I know.
He was hypnotized.
So I walk into my house, and and then I go upstairs to the bedroom, and my wife is like sort of not talking to me. And then she just sits down in the chair and looks at me and goes, I don't like anything you said on the show yesterday. I said, you know what? I said, I'm not going to let this bother me.
You said that to her?
Yep. I said, I'm not even going to deal with it. I don't want to deal with it. I said, I said, that's my problem. I'm too nice a guy. I've always cared in the past when you say stuff to me. I don't care. Then I started getting angry because in my house there's 37 radios. Everybody runs from room to room all morning listening to my radio show. I said, stop listening. Because when you guys listen, you start to think that like that's my life on the radio. I want to have a life outside. I want my house to be
A radio-free zone.
Yeah, I really do, and I want my house to be. I'm an adult now. Now I'm 40 years old. Now we're getting serious.
Now you're middle-aged.
I'm past middle age. I don't think I'm going to make it to 80. So I'm in the waning years of my life. It's almost.
Oh, it's not waning
It's
yet.
believe me, it is. Look at my breasts. Okay, I want to have a kind. Now that I'm an adult.
Yes.
I remember when I was a little kid. I used to have to come into my mother's house, and my mother was always pissed off at me. It could have been just because the T-shirt was on my bed, and I didn't clean my room. Mm-hmm. And I'd get a silent treatment for 2 days, and I said, when I turn 18, I'm getting out of here.
It's over.
It's over. Then I'm on my own. I'll do whatever I damn well please. I'll have T-shirts. My parents can come visit me. I'll have 30 T-shirts piled up high on my bed.
You're going to take the T-shirts out of the drawer on the day they come.
Because I'm going to be an adult. And I'll have a boss that I have to work for, and he'll yell at me, and I'll have to deal with certain pressures in life.
But in your home.
But in my home, when I close that door, I am the head nitwit.
I'm the chief muckety-muck.
Yeah, you bet. Hold the dough. I'll run with the friggin' scissors if I want. No one's going to slow me down. I'm going to do what I want to do. So I always dreamed of that. And now I find... So now I'm walking in the house.
But you never had that time,
No, I'm walking into my house, and I'm getting that vibe on a regular basis.
Now, come on, it's not all the time. Really?
Over the radio show. I always say the wrong thing. Always do the wrong thing. So I said, this is crazy. I refuse to get bothered by it. I cannot walk into my house and feel like I did in my mom's house. Can't allow that to happen.
Well, what do you do about it?
I just laid down the law yesterday.
Did
I said,
you?
no one is allowed to bum me out in my own home, or else they got to get out. Oh, I went on a rampage, which made things even worse.
Did you say it out loud?
And my wife has a really cool move when she fights something. She goes, "Oh, boy, you're getting really defensive. You must have a guilty conscience."
Oh, she pulled that one.
I go, no. I don't have any guilt. She goes, "You're overreacting." I go, "No, I'm not. You were waiting for me to hear to grovel all day. I'm not groveling, damn it. I'm not gonna. I don't have to work things out. This is my house."
You got your buttons, man.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, I didn't play into it this time, Jackie.
Well, at least she hated everything you said. Because what's great is when you walk in and she's mad at you for what you said on the radio, and you got to start guessing it.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Was it
Usually,
my in-laws?
I've
or
had
was it
that.
The party,
Sometimes
or was it the
I
girls,
get that.
or what,
Then I walk downstairs and my brother-in-law is like going, "Hey, we heard what you said about us yesterday, and I ran upstairs and I told everyone to turn it on." I go, "Hey, thanks, little brother." It's great. Glad to have you sitting here eating my food and turning everyone against me. It's great. It's great seeing you. Yeah, thanks for coming down. Thanks for coming in, man. Why don't I go to Atlanta and wreck your life? Total dick.
Oh, well,
great.
it'll be pleasant going home again today.
Nah, that's why I am officially, for the rest of the show, not talking about my family until they all get the hell out of town on Tuesday. Because I'm not going to deal with it.
Well, I thought about it yesterday after I went home. I said, oh, geez, I don't know how she's going to feel about that stuff.
Yeah, I know.